Ladies and gentlemen.
Signing off. We did the sign-off bit last time.
Ah, crap, we did. I'm the host.
Happy New Year.
Yeah.
Welcome to the first Derailed of the season.
Yeah.
It's the new season, the new year 2025.
Is this a new season? Should we start new when I go to upload this? Should I say season 2, episode 1?
Season 2,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Welcome to season 2, episode 1 of my show, Derailed. I'm joined today by my guests, Brad and Eric.
I appreciate the invite. I've always wanted to be on your show. I am honored.
Good to be here.
JK, my show.
Long time listener, first time caller here. Brad Brevin.
Anyway, I'll hang up and I fucked it up. I fucked it up immediately,
Right off the
dude.
bat.
I'm nervous. It's been a while, boys.
Fellas.
Good show.
Yeah.
It's been since 2024,
Man,
the week before Christmas.
we haven't done a show since last year.
Oh.
Hey.
My God.
Hey.
And then last week, Bradley, out of town.
Yeah, went up
The week
to,
before, the week before,
Yeah. This is not about you.
That's fine.
I was under the weather.
Yeah. Oh,
That was on me.
poor guy. You know?
But,
Who put you down there? You know?
hey, and you know what I wanted to do before this show was look up under the weather. Why do we say it? But you know what I didn't do? That. Right.
Fair.
I would imagine it has something to do with the beliefs that being outside when it's cold and you are slightly wet will make you sick. Therefore, you were under the weather, so now you're sick.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guess so.
Figured it
Is
out.
it up there?
And Brad,
I decided I'm not going to be funny at all this episode. Let's keep going.
so what's new?
Oh!
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So Bradley, the reason I so rudely cut you off there earlier
fine.
is because I actually have that down on my list.
Fair.
Because in our group text thread, you texted as a topic for the show. Y'all want to book a trip to Great Wolf Lodge sometime.
That wasn't.
And we'll
that,
come
no,
up here
that
and
was
party
me,
like an MF.
That was just me being intoxicated, asking you guys that as a question.
Oh,
Yeah.
and I was like, this will be a great topic for our
That-
show.
I didn't mean for that to be a show topic.
You know
I was
what's-
asking you guys, hey, do you think sometime in the coming years?
Yeah. So I have been there several times.
Great topic for
And
the show.
I literally did the exact same thing one time with you and our other brother, Michael. Shout out to you, the listener.
He does.
Acknowledge. I remember that. I was sitting outside in the parking lot, pre-drunk.
Oh.
Pre-drunk. And I was like, it'd be great. Is fucking kicking in here with my brothers, boys. You know,
Right.
And I'm like, you guys. And they're like, no, dude. Also, it's 10:30. Go to bed.
Yeah. We're old.
We're not drunk in Chicago right now.
I thought about that more the next morning, and I was like, there's cooler places to do that with the boys. Because in my mind, I'm like, adults trip. You know
Right.
what I mean? And it's like, no, we'll just go on a cruise instead.
There it is. Yeah.
I got one coming up.
Right.
Get me on those open waters.
Right.
That open bar,
But
dude.
Great Wolf Lodge, great place to take the family, and you can enjoy yourself as an adult as well, and everybody's having fun, and nobody drowned or anything. It's a cool place.
Listen, I floated it by the wife. She's open to it.
See, okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we can go
She's
to Great
open to
Wolf
it.
Lodge, ride the big slides.
Yeah. It's so fun.
Are the BS's.
Did you buy drinks there?
A couple, but we brought drinks.
That's the key right
oh,
there.
something interesting is the surrounding gas stations and
be
stuff
your
like
own
that.
D's?
Yeah,
All right.
yeah. The surrounding gas stations and stuff there at Great Wolf. Sorry, I had to think about that for a second.
To pop you, bud. Look at
Actual snot. I can't wait. I'm really excited to watch this back because actual snot came out of my nose and hit my sleeve. It's right here.
Yeah,
Dude, look, it's right here.
It's
right here on my tattoo.
It's glistening.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
that's gonna get infected.
Big.
I'm gonna cover that up. Sorry, boys.
Oh, you just wipe it on your shirt.
The surrounding places that would normally sell booze don't.
They don't.
There.
Yeah,
and
smart.
I'm like, that's probably a city council thing when they're deciding to sell the land to Great Wolf, and in all those negotiations, Great Wolf's like, hey, within 5 miles of here, you're not going to give any liquor licenses to anybody.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, that's crazy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
thought this was America,
Right.
dude.
Anyway, the problem
It is, and that's why.
I came from really far away, so I was able to bring my fucking beer.
Oh, yeah.
And enjoy myself.
Yeah. We brought plenty of beverages.
Yeah,
and
boy.
then, I enjoyed a fancy marg while I was there. And I'm like, that's
It was
absurd.
just you and your lady?
It was us and the boys.
Oh,
We had our boys.
Yeah,
as
it's
well.
like
Okay.
an indoor water park / theme park. Like they have a big rock climbing wall.
Okay.
I've climbed to the top of that bit.
Have you never been to Great Wolf Lodge?
Of course not. Look at them.
Okay, I just sorry.
You hear
I
the
just
inquiries over here.
I just assumed you
Had
have
been there.
done all the fun things because you're a guy who does fun things. You know what I
do.
mean? I'm down with that. I am
really
down
do.
with you being that guy. Sorry, I assumed that. I shouldn't have assumed that about you. Great Wolf Lodge is dope. Okay,
Makes an
It
ass
is.
out of both of us.
Hey.
super expensive, everything because it's a destination.
Right.
Of course, it's a resort essentially. But yeah, just a decent water park. It's kind of like a Knights Action Park size enough setup.
Sure.
Right? You have a few options as far as everything goes. There's plenty of fun stuff that's big and thrilling for us adults.
I've been to a
And then
similar place.
Right.
Something about grizzlies or something by, yeah. So,
named after some sort of animal. And
Yeah.
then here's a nice enough place to stay as well. And
twas nice. Indoor
know,
water park.
Yeah, 100%.
freely
Lazy
available.
River.
Yeah.
You know,
Love a good lazy
freaking
river.
Dippin' Dots.
medium-sized arcade.
Sure.
And then, like you were saying, rock climbing.
Rock climbing, so fun.
There's activities
Putt-putt.
galore.
There's putt-putt course. I think it would be a fun trip for just adults.
I
really
think
do.
it would too.
But it would just be like, there's a lot of fucking kids here, huh?
Right.
That part
That's
would
what
suck.
I was thinking about the next day. Is like,
God, I hate kids.
Hey. You guys have smaller kids. I mean, my kids would probably still like to go, but they're older.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of my kids,
Sweet.
let's talk about prostitution. So,
Oh, God.
let me tell you where this is going. I was giving you time to hit a button. There we go.
It wasn't,
Yeah.
I just, I hit one.
Our daughter Jersey is 16, and her whole life we've enjoyed showing her movies from like the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
And she appreciates them and digs them.
That's actually amazing, that part, that she likes that.
Yeah. So the other night we watched Pretty Woman.
oh yeah, that movie's about a toot.
Yep. See where this is going now? All right.
Okay. Yeah.
You see what I did?
No, yeah.
And then
What the fuck are you
I'm
doing?
combing my mustache.
Okay.
yeah, that's weird.
Sorry, yeah.
That's a
very
weird thing.
Thought you were
Yeah.
trying to be like, look at my fucking...
No,
Sorry,
I'm
you...
comb my mustache.
You know, here's
I'm very sorry.
Okay. Brad's doing a weird thing with his mouth and his hands right in the middle of all this, and you
I'm not doing anything.
no, but it distracted you enough to be like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I saw him doing it.
And you moved on.
It didn't even register that, hey, Brad is doing something super weird
Yeah.
right now. And just like, yeah, it's Brad. Just,
For the record, I'd like to say I
Doing
don't
it,
think
sticking
that's
his
weird
fingers
at all.
in his mouth.
They're not. I'm brushing my mustache out of the way.
I want to show you what it looks like, though.
Please.
But you start talking, doing your hosting thing,
Let's
right?
talk about prostitutes.
No, let's talk
Brad.
about toots. Was I staring at you like
It
that?
felt
Dan?
like you were.
Was I staring at you like that? It
felt like you were. It felt like
I
you were.
missed you, boys.
Yeah, I
So-
missed you too, buddy. I missed
Back
the
to
show.
the story about toots. I want to get.
Don't touch your face. All right, go ahead.
So a couple of things about Pretty Woman. This movie came out in 1990,
Really?
which it was made in 89. You know, movies come out. They were filmed one year. So Richard Gere and Julia Roberts starred in this movie. You guys familiar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old? This is one of my favorite things to do. Is when I'm watching movies from back in the day, is to look up how old the actors were at the time.
Oh, yeah.
For instance, I think the mom on Home Alone was like 36.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Right. And so it puts. So how old do you think Richard Gere was during Pretty Woman?
I'm gonna guess Richard Gere was early 30s and Julia Roberts was like right in the thick of like, so she would have been like late 20s. I'm gonna say Julia Roberts was like 28. Richard Gere was like 32.
I'm going to
Bradley?
say Richard Gere was like 32, 33, something like the same area
Yeah.
you were. And I think Julia Roberts was in her earlier 20s, like 20, 21, 22, 23.
When I tell you that there was an 18-year age gap between them, Richard Gere was 40.
Oh my God.
Julia Roberts was 22.
Whoa!
Wow.
Crazy.
Gross.
Right? Yeah.
As far as their characters' ages or the actors?
The actual actors themselves.
Wow.
The
Well, I
characters
mean-
never mention their ages.
I don't know if the actors' ages necessarily. Why is that a huge deal? It's not like.
It's just wild.
It's wild to go
Yeah.
back and see.
Sure.
Right? To
Sure.
be like, oh, like this dude, because you watch these things as a young person and everybody seems old.
Right.
And then you surpass that age and you watch it, and it's just, I don't know, it's a weird.
But it's weird because they still seem like old and adult.
Yes.
Right.
You know, like if you go back and watch like Home Improvement right now, it's like Tim Allen is evergreen 40.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He's just always been 40.
Right.
But he's probably like 32.
Right. Dude, just a baby. Doesn't know shit.
And Julia Roberts was 22. I've got a son who's 21. Yeah, like, that's weird.
Yeah.
You know. So, we're watching this, and let's see. The profession of hooking comes up.
Very nice.
Yeah. And
it's the oldest career in the world. They say, oldest profession.
That's how they say it.
And
it was the first one.
My daughter and I have started debating on whether or not that should be a legal profession.
Oh, wow.
And I'd say, well, of course it should. Of course it should.
Tale as old as time. Always has been.
In a general sense, if it's an adult who has decided to do that for a living, who is selling themselves to another adult, and everything's on the up and up,
and both people are consenting,
it is a victimless crime.
That's the
if
whole
it's
thing.
regulated the same way that all other businesses are,
right,
then it's strictly a morality issue. And if we're gonna all of a sudden make every business that's immoral illegal, we're in big trouble.
Right.
I would say there's also a huge possibility of potential danger for the worker themselves.
Sure.
Well, same with crab fishermen and police officers,
coal miners.
Fair enough. Yeah. Occupational hazards. Huh?
There you go.
It's occupational.
Yeah.
And then you're exactly like you're boiling it down to. It all comes down to consent. That's the whole thing.
And so and she said, but it leads to trafficking. And I said, trafficking illegal.
Sure.
Should be not a victimless crime.
Right.
Hooking,
just fine.
Pro hooking,
Yes.
pro regulated hooking.
Yeah, let's make it form a union.
No reason. It's the same reason that gambling was illegal for so long.
Oh yeah,
and now it's not. Right. It's just it's like, well, it says in the Bible, don't do that.
There's but when booze was illegal, and when anything ultimately outside of violent crime, obviously, has been illegal. It's do you ignore human nature, or do you try to fight it, or whatever? My answer is no, man. Prostitution should be legal. Work with it. We're all humans. People are driven to do things.
It would make more sense for hooking to be legal than for alcohol or cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm cool with that statement.
Regulated hooking, you keep real clean, right?
So Jersey's like, you hear this, Mom? Dad wants hookers.
That's what I'm getting from this, too.
And I'm like, no.
Very pro hook.
I don't.
Yeah.
But I don't care if they want to be one. And if somebody wants to go buy one, I don't care.
Buy one. Yeah,
rent one. I don't.
I think it is more of a rental, yes.
Lease.
You know what I mean? Do you have to put down a down payment? Do they check for damage afterwards?
It's not my job to set up the business plan.
You're not getting your deposit back. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. Not my job to set up the business plan.
There's bite marks. That's at least $500 off of your fucking...
Well, I'm sure that's all discussed beforehand as well.
Yeah.
And if not, then like you're saying, it's like a hotel where they charge your credit card, dude.
They can be like, I can tell you put some cigarettes out on it, so...
they gotta have a credit card on file is a thing, just in case.
So, I mean, I'm just saying.
You're saying get out there and start hooking.
Yeah, I don't think it should be illegal.
Do it.
You know what I mean? It's a weird thing. Ooh.
Kept going. I like that. No.
It's one of those laws for the sake of having a law because it feels icky.
No, there's some things.
Yeah. Boy, you're right about that, aren't
I know.
you?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
But all the way right.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Yeah.
You're right, dude. I'm pro hooking.
Yeah.
There should be hookers.
Yeah.
There should be sex workers. Sorry. That's what you say, by the way.
That's what they
You
call.
say sex workers.
We protect them with our words now. We have to call them sex workers.
Yeah. There are places that...
And that's fine.
That is legal.
Yes. Brothels.
Yes.
100%. The Bunny Ranch.
Right. The state of Nevada, but not Las Vegas, the city, last time I heard. Illegal within city limits. Legal in the state.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Wow.
Yeah.
Boom. Hooking.
Bring it everywhere, dude. It's
Boom hooking.
It's gonna be like when weed became legal.
Yeah.
Like next thing you know, Washington State, Illinois, and like a couple other Midwestern states or whatever will adopt legal hooking, and it's all good.
There we go. We're getting there.
I don't know.
We got gambling back a few years back, and
We got the right guy in office.
he likes money.
So,
Not a political show.
I know.
I had the best words.
There we go.
Eating the dog.
There it is.
I know words. I had the best words.
They're great words.
So speaking of things from the 80s and 90s,
Okay.
Monday Night Raw goes to Netflix.
Yeah.
I'm so looking forward to this, you guys.
Yeah.
The three of us watch wrestling.
Yeah.
You watch wrestling, right? You're in.
Brad
watched
watched
it the
it
other night.
with me, on Monday.
It
It
was-
was a big deal.
That was a point for wrestling fans. That was appointment viewing Monday Night Raw on Netflix.
100%.
My son Braylon and I, big wrestling fans, so we watched it. And it was fun, man. It was a big event.
Yeah.
It was super entertaining. There were very few matches.
There were 4
Yeah,
in total. In 3 hours, there were 4 matches.
and just got people coming out
Yep.
and promos.
Still
and
loved it.
It was great. And then
Uh-oh.
an icon from our youth, the most iconic.
Probably the name that the majority of the world thinks of when they hear somebody say pro wrestling.
Sure.
Literally a man without him, none of this is here right now.
Yeah.
He was that big,
Yeah.
that transcendent. He brought it to mainstream.
Exactly. He became a mainstream American icon.
Yes.
He was well known, a household name. At
Got
that
me
point.
into wrestling.
He is a
Got him in
real
there.
American.
He said, "Come on over here, Borther."
Anyway, we're talking about Hulk Hogan. I
Hulk
just realized
Hogan.
we hadn't said his name yet.
Oh, I wanted to keep building them up.
Oh, okay. The yellow and red man.
Yeah, brother. The training, the prayers, the vitamins,
The host of Hogan Knows Best.
the central character of Hulk Hogan's Rockin' Wrestling.
The star of Suburban Commando and Mr. Nanny. Brooks' dad. TNA Hall of Famer.
TNA Hall of Famer, nice one. The third member of the NWO.
Oh my God, the mysterious third man.
The third man.
But Hulk Hogan comes out.
Oh,
And so they've done this in the past few years. They'll bring him out.
they pepper him in there.
And it's been like very mild reactions, very lukewarm, not the pops that he, used to get.
yeah,
But
Right.
this time was different.
dude, it was.
Hard to watch.
It was uncomfortable.
uncomfortable.
Like
Yeah.
his music hit, and he did get a pretty big pop when his music hit. He did. It was a positive.
Right when it hit.
wasn't like as soon as the music hit, it was just boo. It was like, oh shit. And then reality set in, and I was like, all right, he's a piece of shit. That sucks.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Oh, hawking his beer.
But
He's
it was-
trying to sell his new beer.
He's trying to grift my ass,
Fuck
dude.
this guy.
During Raw.
Yeah.
But it was, he came out, like when he finally came out and, oh, you know something, brother. Boo. It was already booze.
Yeah.
It was booze and it was
Yeah.
bad and he's going through his spiel. And then he moves forward with like, well, I'm here to talk about my new beer, brother. And it was just, boo. Like,
Well, that's the least successful launch of all time, dude.
my God. Dude.
Should we get into why everyone hates him?
100% because
Okay.
there's misconceptions. People are saying, well, it's Los Angeles, and we are not a political show.
I do think that's a big part of it.
But
though.
it's a very democratic
Yeah.
area, very left-leaning blue area.
It's
and-
maybe like the most liberal city that there is.
Yes, and he was at the Republican National Convention.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what you gonna do when the Hulkster and the Trumpster run wild on you, brother?
Right. All of that happened.
Yeah.
That's all a real thing. But whose kid is that?
Right.
I'm just
Somebody
kidding,
shut
Fred.
that baby up.
Son.
Somebody shut that baby up.
Come here.
You're okay, Fred.
You're a good boy.
We're just yelling.
Just kidding, Fred.
We're
Love
just
you,
yelling
buddy.
at you.
I forget. There you go.
Specifically,
Yeah,
yeah.
go get him. All right, sorry.
So
Young kid, I told him to never come back. And here he is.
and
God.
here's where that whole thing falls apart. For one, The Undertaker was out.
Yeah.
Huge pop.
Right.
Yeah.
He had Trump on his podcast.
Yeah, him and Kane did a sit down with an act like hey, the Brothers of Destruction are offering their support.
Right.
So what you gonna do? No, they didn't say that.
But it was something along the lines of you need to vote correctly or you will rest in peace.
Something like that.
Right.
So they came out very, very pro-Trump. Undertaker comes out.
Yeah.
Huge pop. People love him.
Yeah.
Wrestling in itself, the McMahon family is super tied with Trump.
Right.
There have been multiple WrestleManias at Trump's facilities.
Right.
Linda works. She's a part of his cabinet.
Yeah,
she's something with education or something like that.
So, to me, that falls apart right there.
Yeah.
The whole liberal Los Angeles, and it's a political thing. It's not. It is 100% because he's a racist piece of shit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Oops, secret sex tape. That part sucks. That could happen to any of us. Except also on his secret sex tape, he says the N-word a bunch of times.
And is like, I'm racist to an extent. He literally says that.
He couldn't believe that his daughter was dating a black man. And he's telling...
And that's not how he said it.
No! And he goes, I'm not racist, obviously, brother. Well, I guess I am a little racist, brother. To an extent, brother. But,
the chick's like, why do you keep calling me brother?
Right, I'm not your brother. You were just inside me.
Oh! And heavy-handed.
Aside from all that.
Go ahead.
Yeah, sorry. Aside from all that.
Ugh.
Since then.
There's some vitamins, brother.
Several wrestlers have openly spoken about how he was just kind of a dick.
Right.
He would pretty much stifle people's careers. He had creative control in his contract. So
it doesn't work for me, brother.
Yeah, they'd be like, here's the plan for tonight, Terry. And he'd be like, actually, brother, that's the Macho Man.
Yeah, you did Macho Man.
He's like, doesn't make any sense to me. No. For instance, he came back at WrestleMania 9. I'm about to get real dorky. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And Bret Hart was the champion. And then they were going to give the belt to Yokozuna. And Hulk Hogan had been back for like a month. And he's like, you know what you should do tonight is after Yoko beats Bret, you should let me go in there and beat Yoko in like 2 minutes. And they were like, great idea, dude. Sure, do that. And then everybody has hated Hulk Hogan since then.
Yeah.
I don't think it has anything to do with the sex tape. I don't think it has anything to do with Trump. I think it's because he fucked Bret Hart and Yokozuna over at WrestleMania 9.
Well, that's why the boys all hate him.
Yeah.
But the reason that the fans all hate him is because he's racist and he never did like a real
apology.
Yeah, he just kind of was waiting for it to blow over, and it never did. And I think everybody just understands that this is not a good dude.
Right.
It's
just not.
And the wrestling fans are not what they used to be, where it's like the hero worship level.
Right.
Now they watch it for the art of it, and they understand that there are real people behind it, and understand that this real person is a bad person.
Right. I think there's also like an element of betrayal for some people too, because growing up he was like this wholesome fucking like icon. Like he did everything right, man, and he was just always a good guy, and he said his prayers, he ate his vitamins, he slammed that big 900 pound. God damn it!
Hit the button, you stupid. That's so stupid. God, you're so...
I know, I'm just the worst, dude. I'm all fired up.
Jesus, that was dumb.
Hulk Hogan sucks.
He's the worst.
In a bad way. Not a good way.
So what do they do going forward?
Don't bring him out.
Okay, do they cut the ties with his American beer and...
Were they sponsoring the show or something?
There's obviously contracts involved. Yeah, if he's able to come out and be like, buy my beer.
That makes sense.
You know what I mean? People are signing on dotted lines 100 times for something like that.
Did he have a logo in the ring? There was a bunch of logos in the ring. Was that
I
one
don't
of
know
them?
if he had a logo.
There was too many.
I disagree with that. I don't care about the logos in the ring.
There was too many to where I couldn't. It did nothing. When there's one Prime logo in the middle, I can see it.
Yeah.
Right.
When there's 30 logos, I don't know what's in there.
I was just about to say
Yeah.
that marketing was ineffective because I don't remember what any of the
Too many
ads were.
I know Prime was in there.
Yeah, it was there. Yeah,
That's
It's
it.
gonna
Okay.
Yeah.
There were just too many.
Congratulations, Logan Paul.
Right.
I like my cheese drippy, bro.
That's
Bruh?
it. Oh, is it really? Yeah. Yeah.
I do too.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
like a nice
same.
drippy cheese.
He,
Drip cheese.
Hulk Hogan is the epitome of you either die the hero or live long enough to become the villain.
Harvey Dent.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, nobody likes him anymore. is
That's the thing. Yeah,
So
that's
like,
the problem.
so now he comes out. It was hard to watch, but I really enjoyed it as it was happening because I was like, yeah, man, fuck this guy. And then you can watch it and tell he's like, oh no, I'm getting booed. Super
You can
hard.
see him being
He's
pretty
like,
uncomfortable.
He got him shook.
Yeah.
Wait a second, brother. This isn't
Yeah.
what I expected because I'm a little bit deluged. But
In the South Mouth, Jimmy Hart is out there just
yeah,
waving that American flag like, hey, hey.
Eat your heart out, Rick Springfield. She's my girl and she always will be the only one for me.
Pile driver.
is that
Great song.
Is
Great
that
album.
a Jimmy Hart song?
Yeah.
It is.
He's singing it. He wrote it.
Yeah.
He's an amazing musician. I'm not even joking.
He looks like it.
Look up his catalog starting from like the 60s.
He looks like him and Nuge could tour together.
Yeah.
Southmouth. That's funny.
South.
Yeah, I want to go back to when you said
Thank
Southmouth.
you. Thank you. Because that means something else.
Right.
All right. Before we get too far away from the holiday season,
Oh.
this has been, this was inserted into our group chat. Because, Brad, you have a traffic report.
Oh, about the light
Yeah.
show, man.
Yeah.
Oh,
Lights
God.
in the park. Well, see, it's been 3 weeks. I'm not all fired up about it anymore, guys. That's fine.
But take
Go
us
ahead and-
back to
yeah.
what,
So-
try to get back in that place.
Right.
Maybe
Yeah.
a quick
Christmas time,
rundown
everybody.
of
Just-
what the lights in the park are for the
Fair
listeners.
enough. Lights in the park here in our hometown is a thing. We're at one of the parks in town, which is big enough to have a drivable section.
Say town more.
Town.
It's a village.
Whatever, dude.
Village of Chatham.
The locals put up a bunch of Christmas displays, and you get to drive through them. It's a Christmas light show. That you
It's
drive
excellent.
through.
They do
And
a
it's
great
awesome.
job.
Yeah.
It's really,
Yeah.
really cool.
In your neck of the woods, it could be called a festival of lights.
Yeah.
Hit me.
Right?
Ours is called.
Light up
Lights,
the park.
Light up the park. And that's what they do.
Lights.
Lights in the park. All right. So that's what they do. And you drive through it. And we drove through it. But the thing about it is there's going to be a lot of traffic that goes through there and things like that. Now, one of the approach to the park
Yep.
is just a couple blocks from Nick and myself here. And that's, the way everybody takes because that's the entrance you got to go to. Mm-hmm. There's always people taking shortcuts, getting around the line, and then coming up on one of the side roads and meeting the line.
Jay
and
off.
Zipper affecting
Right, yeah.
into it. And it's
Fucking
like,
dicks.
Jay off.
it's like, man, yeah. I mean, my immediate reaction is those people are dickheads.
Right.
You're
And
not
that's
as
mostly the
rage-filled as
truth.
you were.
I'm
Yeah,
not,
that sucks.
dude. I'm
Contrive
sorry,
some
guys.
rage for us. real
Oh
quick.
no,
This is
the shit,
manufactured.
dude.
Okay. I saw that light in your eye just
dude.
now. This is good. Here we go.
It's
Spark.
like when you're not the one driving either. Okay, I'm in the passenger seat, and like
Why were
I'm,
you driving?
That's your first mistake right there, buddy.
I'm running around.
Bro, did you let a woman drive?
What the fuck?
No, I
Okay.
was,
Hey, you got testicles anymore?
Oh
was
my
not-
god, dude.
Who's your balls?
for brevity's sake, I'm not going to announce who I was riding with or anything like that. But it wasn't a woman driving. Okay,
Thank God.
You hanging
Not
out
that
with some
that-
other dude all of a sudden, dude? What the fuck?
Yeah, what's that? Who's Brevin?
Brevin, dude.
Brevin D? What's D stand for? Brevin Davis?
I'm running around undiagnosed, right? I'm raw dog in life in the head. Okay.
RD&L.
And it's like, it's like when you can I get my story out, please, for fuck's sake. You're fucking with my ADDs and shit that happen up here.
All right, my bad.
I only
Missed you boys.
You got miss you too, buddy.
It's like I can get overstimulated easy, regardless. But then I have a bad thing about passenger seat or backseat driving in my head. Like Nick knows about it because I ride with him all the time.
almost refuse to let you ride with me.
Right.
Depending on how far we're going.
But I'm not going to harp on this person about how they drive. It's not my place to do so, right? So we're going through the thing, and it's like we're going through the tunnel of lights. Now, granted, 100 cars in front of us, 100 cars behind us, and it's like, okay, maintain 2 miles an hour like the shit says through this whole thing.
It also says just shut off your fucking headlights.
Oh, right. People that don't do that, eat my shit, dude. I will feed you my shit. You're a piece of shit, dude. We're driving through anyways. Old boy's like, oh, gonna hit the brakes for a second in here. Let the kids really enjoy the tunnel lights. It's like, no, we're not. There's no brakes.
It says maintain.
Brakes equal slowing down. Don't want to do that. And brakes equal lights. Don't want to do that. Don't do that. Don't do shit like that, dude.
Right. Just idle speed.
Now there's 10 car lengths between us and the line in front of us, and it's like, you're the reason this shit sucks instead of operates smoothly is because you're doing things unexpected. You're stepping out of the fucking guidelines here of be in line and go 2 fucking miles an hour with your lights off. And everybody enjoys the show.
Yeah.
And you get to enjoy the time sequence, tunnel of lights, and everything. Everything works.
So you were right behind somebody who stopped.
No, we were the people that stopped.
You were.
That's why I was lit up
You
about
were
it.
in the car with your new best friend driving.
Yeah, and I couldn't say anything about it like I would say to you, but you wouldn't do something like that.
I wouldn't because I'm fucking nice
You know what I mean?
and I care
would
about other
say
people.
To my girlfriend. Because I'm really mean.
You are very mean, yes.
I'm a mean
Will you tell the world what you said to your girlfriend that one time she was driving you back home from wherever the fuck you guys went?
It was something along the lines of...
I'll tell them.
I feel like you put spice on things.
I'm not going to put spice on it.
I'm
going to tell the world the way that you told me. And for what it's worth, when you told me this, you were telling me this because you felt bad that you said it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was driving you guys back home from the...
mountains,
Great Wolf Lodge.
Yeah. And
Appalachian Mountains.
she was like, am I doing okay or something? And you were like, yeah, I mean, I'll probably show you how to drive when we get back home. But
Oh, no.
yeah,
I think there was more to that. Or at least in my head there was. It was show you how to drive in the mountains. Okay.
When we get back to Illinois.
Sure. I will give you a verbal lesson on how you should mountain drive. Because you are not doing it right.
Right, yeah.
So,
up to my standards.
But a lovely trip with a lovely woman and lovely children.
And a shout out.
You know?
I think you're a great driver.
You're pretty neat. Yeah, no, she's a good driver.
I drive everywhere.
Yeah, same.
I refuse to, and my wife's a good driver. It's fine, but I'm driving.
Nice.
I drive our entire trips everywhere the whole time. I sub out 0.
I'm just...
As do I.
I am
Except
more
for that
comfortable that way.
Yeah.
And I also am prone to car sickness, baby. So yeah, I'd like to be the one behind the wheel.
It's just my whole thing is when you're driving on mountainsides, right? Okay. Maybe don't let that passenger side wheel ride in and out of the gravel on the side of the road because beyond that gravel is cliffs and shit. And if you fucking overcorrect on something, then we are fucking toast.
Now we're doing it.
No, yeah, you're doing good. I'll probably show you how to drive when we get back home. But like, yeah, you're fine.
So the fear for my life
fucking pissed,
generated that reaction.
It's all good. I'm fucking really angry, but
Yeah,
it's fine. I'm proud.
You can kill me, but he doesn't need to be back there and roll off a fucking cliffside because you don't know how to drive.
That was your weekly traffic report.
That was my weekly traffic report, everybody.
Now it's time for the weekly grocery report.
Okay, good.
This was something you added. Do you remember?
Do you remember is the question. It was December 23rd.
That was a great day.
We were both out and about, not together, but we were both out and about getting ingredients for Christmas Eve the next day.
Yeah.
I went to County Market and saw my brother's car there. And I parked right next to it.
Okay.
And I was like, do you know where I'm going with this yet?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I mean, enough. Yeah.
And I'm like, sweet. And
yes.
I walk in, I'm like, if I see him, I'm going to try to mess with him somehow. I don't know how, but I'm going to try to do something. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll peer around a corner and be like, Arr! And then hide again, and that would be cool. But instead, I walk right in, and I see him at that, that little like standalone cooler thing by the deli or the butcher saying whatever the fuck, you know what I'm talking about. He's reaching in, he has his hand in there, and he's looking through hams because you guys made the ham for Christmas Eve, and it was delicious, by the way.
Smoked a ham.
Ham fan.
So good.
It was very good,
dude.
Yeah. Damn ham.
So I went on the other side, and he's focused, dude. He's looking straight down, looking through hams, and I wait for him to grab one, and I fucking reach out real quick, and I grab it, dude. And your face was like this. You go,
yeah.
for just a second. And I'm like, hey, buddy. And you're like, oh, God.
Yeah, somebody's about to catch one.
I like a nice intense reaction.
You didn't look up scared. You looked up like, it's time.
I had a long day. I could not find the ham I was supposed to find. Everything was happening incorrectly.
Right.
Yeah.
I had so much to do that day that I did not get accomplished.
Right.
And so that it pushed it all to the evening time.
It was late. I worked very late that day and still had to go to the store after. It was like 6 something.
It led me, bro, I was in Schnucks sorting through hams at like 9:45 to give you any idea of what that day was.
Oh my God. I didn't know it was that bad.
Oh my God, dude. And so that right there, I was like, well,
fighting.
I'm fighting this person.
For a couple split seconds, I saw a very different, very new side of my brother. And it was one where it's like, well, going to jail, boys.
Right.
Going to jail.
Yep. Yeah.
But instead, it was just me, and you didn't hit me. It was good.
Yeah, it was funny.
That was
a good one. That was a good one.
Cool.
It was damn good.
Pretty cool. And then you guys went and pooped at the grocer, or
where does the shit come into this story?
Actually, I don't recall any. I don't recall any poop stories from that day.
Oh, no outboard poops for our Hey, nice.
That's not what I do. I encounter people all the time who are doing that.
Right. And the
I'm
whole thing.
curious as to why.
Right.
Why are there so many people who poop at grocery stores?
That's a great question. It is.
Like, how much time do you really want to spend there?
Yeah.
Not that much.
That's what I'm saying.
Not in there.
Get your food, get home, poop home.
Yeah.
Home poop.
Yeah.
Dude.
Take that food home, turn it into poop at your house.
There you
My
go.
name's Brad Bodine.
Go back, get more.
BB poop home, dude, is what it is. So.
BBPH. So while we're reflecting, I don't know that we necessarily, but we can, because I think it'd be fun to kind of talk about while we're reflecting on the holiday season. We do a white elephant exchange at Mom's house. Brad, I think this is something I would like to have you there for at some point.
It has to happen, yeah.
Sure.
Because it's super fun. It's wildly inappropriate. And it's not what you'd think. It's not like everybody you just go and get like a dildo and wrap it up. It's not that simple. Not that hasn't happened.
That certainly happens.
There has been dildos exchanged. However,
they're creative dildos.
It's all done in a creative fashion, right? Like, so for one, there was a dildo that my wife made like a inside of a shoebox. She dressed it up like a Christmas tree.
It's like a diorama.
It's like a diorama of a Christmas scene.
There's like a little fireplace.
And the dildo was the Christmas tree.
Everything but the dick tree was very well done and fucking and
even
wholesome.
That was well done. It had lights.
The dildo tree was great. Like,
that's cool.
It's just everything else. You're like, oh, it's Christmas and.
Yeah.
Big old fat penis for the Christmas tree. Whoops.
So it's that kind of stuff. Like one time you had a great one.
What was it?
It was 2 apples and a banana.
Oh, that was last year.
And I got it. And it was just you wrapped it so well that it just
he had to fondle it to get it open. I put so much fucking tape around it, and it wasn't a banana, buddy. It was like a giant zucchini.
Oh, there it was, a zucchini. Yeah,
and a couple apples down here. So it looked like the balls, sure,
but But
just the balls.
It's creative.
The apples
and the
look like
dong.
the balls.
Yeah.
What does the zucchini look like?
The
dong. The wang. The shaft.
It was
That's gotta hurt to do eventually.
I was just waiting for somebody to react so I could stop, dude. Fuck.
This past year, I gave my present was a bunch of pre-sucked food.
So run us through what pre-sucked is.
So there was a box, and on the box we created a label that just said pre-sucked real big. And then you open it up, and we have a vacuum sealer at home. And so I vacuum sealed some pre-sucked Skittles.
Like, did you literally have these in your mouth and then spit them into a bag?
Then I made labels. I created new like jingles, not jingles, new what is it?
Slogans?
New slogans for it. So I put someone tasted the rainbow, right? And I put pre-sucked M&Ms melted in someone's mouth, right? A bunch of pre-sucked hard candies, and it said straight from grandma's mouth to yours,
Nice.
right?
Nice.
Pudding.
Just pre-sucked pudding?
It just said pudding, question mark. Anyhow, I don't want to like give away the magic,
Right.
Because everybody thought that I did pre-suck all that because I would,
Yeah,
but I didn't. I just soaked them in warm water.
Oh,
Sure. Okay, fair enough.
That's the right way to do it, buddy.
I know. I wasn't
probably
going to
would
suck all
actually
those
sucked
things.
on it.
Yeah, I would have been
Yeah.
like, no other way to do this.
Right.
Vanilla
Yeah.
wafers. It was just
Yeah.
so mushy.
Oh God! And it wouldn't. I wouldn't even vacuum seal. I would just have Ziploc bags full of food that I kind of chewed on for a little bit.
Leaking
Yeah,
into the...
fucking just spit bubble.
Why is that present dripping?
Oh God, I hated that. Do you remember how the white elephant began? Do you remember who started it the way that we do it? Because I got a secret for you. It was me.
Well, was that the one you gave to Mom's dad? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember
That's when the whole thing started.
That's when it went off the rails.
Yeah.
And it was after that when it was just our close knit family,
Right.
Where it got like where it started
Really
getting real
fucked
good.
up.
But what'd you give him?
So I was like 13. We weren't super close with our mom's dad. We saw him pretty rarely. And this was a very rare occasion that he joined us for Christmas. And we decided to do a white elephant. And if I'm not mistaken, this was the first year we did a white elephant.
And it was just like a normal. Everybody was
it's
just
like,
doing
here you go, jumper cables.
like $10 gift.
Here
whatever.
you go, a fucking blanket or something.
Yeah.
I didn't have a job, so I was looking around it for things around the house. And then I found a sharp wooden stick outside.
Mm-hmm.
And
A phone book, right?
yeah, I had been watching Scared Straight. And I knew what a shank protector was. It's they would tape like phone books around their stomach so nobody could stick them, right? So I put an old phone book and a sharp stick in just a paper grocery sack, and that was my contribution to the white elephant. And our mom's dad was there, and he's like, it was time for him to pick a gift, and he's like, Nikki, which one's yours? And I'm like, ooh. I'm like, it's that bag. I was like, I don't want you to take that though. And he's like, no. I want the one from you. And I'm like, okay. And then he opens it up. I'm like, that's a shank protector, Grandpa. Yeah. It's in case you go to prison.
He's so confused, looking like, what?
Yeah.
You know, and I'm like, I got a wrench set, you know, like.
Right, yeah. I mean, I got a $10 gift certificate to fucking Macy's, but cool.
Circuit City. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was funny. And then the next year it was on.
It was Dick's. Next year it went straight to Dick's.
So there is a somebody who is close to our family, but not like who's close to our family and everybody knows, who posted a shirtless picture of himself on Facebook. And this was my first contribution.
This is my favorite one, dude.
This is my very first contribution. Bradley, you're gonna like this.
Look at poor Brad. Just sitting there like,
this has nothing to do with you. You
Brad's
can't
like,
contribute, but it's funny.
I'm waiting for this to be hilarious. I mean
So-
that in a good way, not a bad
Brad's
way.
like, I wish my family was close.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what this is. This is making
My
you
family's
sad.
close. My family's close. What
Nah,
are you talking about?
not like ours.
So
Not like you don't have what we have.
that's not nice.
Yeah.
It's probably true.
I mean, I'm part of your family too.
I'm
so
saying
fuck
you
off,
should
like-
just start coming to
There's
Christmas
that
Eve with
rage.
us.
There's
Yeah.
that rage.
Whoa, that's real anger,
happened.
buddy. Did you see his face?
It happened.
Did you see his
Yeah.
face? That was actual anger.
Yeah. We'll get through this
I'm at
quick.
my wit's end. I'm at my tits end too.
So anyhow, I saved this picture. I sent it to Walgreens to print off in an 8x10.
Yeah.
All right. And I put it in a frame.
It was really nice.
And then I had the idea to go to Meijer and get one of those travel size things of hand lotion.
Oh,
And a bunch of Kleenex.
okay.
And I taped it to the back of the picture frame and wrapped it up. So that was my first contribution. It was real good.
I can't wait till the end of the show so I can ask you who it was.
Okay. Yeah, it'd make it funnier.
I don't think you know this person.
Brad, tell us about Pud.
Oh, dude, where does the term PUD come from?
That is a great
All right?
question.
Now, we all are pretty well informed of what PUD probably is and what you probably do to it. and things like that in terms of
to it.
in terms of whacking your pud. All right.
Yeah.
Two things.
Okay.
Number one, I'm just gonna start calling stuff pud on its own.
Great.
It's not gonna be in reference to whacking or anything. It's just gonna be
Why
like,
don't you speak into that pud a little clearer? Yeah.
sure.
Right.
Or I'm gonna go drain the pud real quick or whatever, right? But then it's like, hey, where does pud come from? I'm curious.
Are you looking it up right now,
Yeah.
Pedro?
I am.
That's great.
And it's just, hey,
Why is it called that?
is there any other context
Right.
outside of whacking it where it's called a pud as well?
Right. Yeah.
It may come from the Scots word pud, which means little fat man.
I love it.
Yeah.
So that's
That needs to be what
we
it
were
is.
like, oh,
No matter what.
check out my little fat man here.
Yeah, heading in
Got my
somewhat
little pud.
of a chode direction.
Yeah, it
possibly.
is.
I like that.
It is.
We need more options for chode
It's
stuff.
chode adjacent.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's funny.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, topic for next episode: chode adjacency. I like that.
Okay. All right, we can do that.
Close to chode. That
right
needs
up
to
our
be
alley.
a weekly segment.
Close to chode.
Chode is funny.
Yeah, no, I was just curious where pud comes from. I'm gonna try and bring it back more.
Great.
It's a good word.
I'm on board.
When I was in junior high, and I'm a little bit older than you guys, did you guys have this where like you would go to sports games and you could buy a T-shirt there, and they would you could have them like put your name or your nickname. They would like
okay.
iron on basically.
Right then and there, they would just make you a
They
shirt.
would make you a shirt.
They
Yeah,
had
you.
the
Yeah.
crank down and
You'd
whatever.
like have
I
to
get
go
it.
there and order it and go watch the game, come back at like halftime
I
and pick
gotcha.
it up.
No,
They're like,
I don't know if they
"Back
still
in
did that.
30 minutes."
Not that I'm
All
aware.
right. So in the early 90s, they did that. Do you remember this?
I do.
But I had them put, and this is, the poor soccer mom or whoever was running, I had no idea, but I had her put Ped Whack on the back. I'm like, that's my nickname.
Ped
Yeah.
whack. Ped hyphen whack.
Yeah, there was no hyphen. Just
It was just
PED
Ped Whack?
space whack. And so,
Ped whack.
and she made it for me.
Yeah.
No idea. She said, oh, what's that mean? I'm like, it's just what my name's Pedigo, so that's
Yeah.
what. So I was just cruising around junior high, like 7th grade, with a Ped Whack shirt on, and
semi-masturbatory reference
right.
on the back here.
Yeah.
That's what's up.
That's like prime masturbation time too. That's when everybody was learning how.
that's what everybody was talking about anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
You should have told her after you got the shirt, like, because I'm always
Yeah,
whacking
you should
my
have been
ped.
like, yeah, I just learned.
Yeah.
Is what you could have said.
This means Jaying off. Thanks.
I'm in my J and off prime right now, as a matter of fact, ma'am. Thank you very much. I'm going to go whack my ped.
I'm trying to figure out where to go next. We have a few options.
Okay. Let's hear them.
The Jerry Springer documentary.
Great.
Oh,
On
I
Netflix.
have not.
So maybe we postpone that because I think you need to watch that.
I got
You
that.
definitely, and it's only 2 episodes.
It's only 2 episodes,
Yeah.
and I think you need to watch Chimp Crazy, which
That
is
was
only
the
4
other thing.
episodes.
Okay.
And I think you need to do all that before next week if you can, at least one of them. Yeah,
You're looking at a maybe 6-hour investment
I can
total.
do that.
Yeah.
Sure.
you can do it.
Sure.
And they're both really good and worth talking about.
Yeah.
Tipping?
Like cows?
Nope. Like tipping.
Like tip culture, like
Yep, tip culture.
like, here's your tip.
Grooming.
Like beards?
Like grooming.
Which kind?
Well, I don't want to know about...
The bad
I don't
kind?
want to know about your dongs,
Right.
but...
Are we going to get into pube talk?
Nope, we're not.
Hey man.
Oh.
Or...
Hey, what kind of grooming are you talking about?
Or a follow-up, our buddy Paul, who listens, who I hung out with yesterday at the Frozen Open, Paul and Leah.
Shout outs Paul. Shout outs Leah.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck, I miss you guys.
Yeah, right.
I just realized
they're awesome.
that.
We have so much fun hanging out with them.
God damn it!
but-
I miss them.
Yeah. That was aggressive.
That's that
They may
second
not
cup
want to
of
hang
Joe.
out. Yeah.
It's that second cup of Joe. I had too
fired
much Joe today.
But Paul sent in a thing like episodes and episodes ago about waiting room etiquette that we brought up. And then I wanted to revisit because I was in a waiting room with our mother a couple of weeks ago. I took her to like a follow-up. She had
Because of
wrist surgery.
I got you.
Right?
Shout outs, mom.
And there was a dude in the waiting room on a phone call. Zero etiquette. Zero etiquette. So those are the directions we can go.
Let's do that one.
That one?
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So we're in the
I
waiting
was
room.
gonna say you kept the others kind of
Hush,
real close.
Well, I mean,
so I don't know if I want to fucking
right.
talk.
If I
about
just
them,
give
'cause
it
I don't
all
know
away, then what are we doing?
I'm trying to figure out what kind of grooming you're trying to talk about,
Well,
because
What are
it's
these
either
pets?
it's either a funny thing about our facial hair and possibly balls, or you're talking about like
Is it dogs and cats?
you're talking about a whole other weird thing that I don't want to talk about.
It's mine. I don't want to talk about
You know what I'm
it.
talking about?
It's just between me and my lady. But
I don't think you're picking up on what I mean by the other kind of grooming, dude.
oh, gross! No.
Yeah, that's
no.
what. Okay,
See, that
that's
was-
what I'm
we're
saying.
like,
yeah,
what
hey,
the fuck are you talking
that's
about?
a simple answer
Why
to the
would
question, dude.
No, dude.
That's what we were
That's
wondering.
what I was after.
We're like, what are you talking
My
about?
brain didn't even go there, dude. I'm talking about grooming, like.
Well, then why when we were like
Bodies.
beard or balls,
Grooming
you're like,
ourselves.
And you're like, and you're going, nope.
I'm just
No,
saying.
it's not about
I'm
beard or
saying
balls.
I don't want to hear about your pubes, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
but
Yeah.
there is okay.
I'm
Well,
quite
let's
proud
talk
of
about
my
grooming.
we're
Let's
getting
talk
into it.
about
mane
grooming
of
then.
pubic hair.
We're getting into it.
Yeah, it's
All right.
wintertime, so I am full bush, dude.
Like that's not the part I want to talk about. Here's the part I want to talk about. Like
Okay.
there are the older I get now, I'm in my mid 40s, and it's like I'll be like, what is something is tickling my neck or something, and I'm looking, I'm like, oh, it's this weird hair growing off of my ear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what?
Yeah.
What is this?
I get them right here on this,
Yeah,
whatever
dude,
that's
yes.
It's called your diluptus or something like
called.
that.
Gooptus.
And same, dude.
Yeah.
You'll get just a long motherfucker that goes
Yeah.
off that thing,
And it's-
or
and
my earlobe itself, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah. And it's like, oh, there's a spider. And then you're like, oh, I'm old and I'm gross.
old now.
That's what that is.
Dude, mine are starting to grow like on the top of the very top of my earlobes.
I do have little fine little guys up
they have
there.
little guys
Yeah.
up there, but it's enough to where I have to tweeze them off or get them.
Did
Dude,
you get
just
you,
give it a few years,
like
boys.
A little micro touch. To
Oh
do
yeah,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so-
Micro touch, dude. Yeah.
Grooming.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
we
See,
can-
that's wild.
we
5
can
minutes
talk
ago,
about
you
that.
could have just been like, yes, and then we would have been.
Well, because you guys
talking.
are like, you mean my balls? And I'm like, no.
We didn't even get to balls yet. We said beard. And you're
As a
like,
matter of fact, you
But I was-
you were the one. You're like, and I'm not trying to talk about your balls.
Yeah.
And we're like,
Yeah, and it wasn't even. It's not even beards. I'm not like beard because that's
just
different.
weird hair growth.
it's just a weird old man hairs
Yeah.
is what we want to get
Yes,
into.
Yeah.
dude.
Yeah, so
And-
it turns out your nose and your ears are
God.
just a place where hairs come from.
My
now.
nose is so hairy sometimes.
That's the thing.
I
Like,
fucking hate it.
You guys got a good
I do.
nose.
Yeah.
I
do.
and I have to because
Yeah.
it turns out they can grow out and just become part of your mustache.
Right.
And you're like,
Yeah. It's like
What the
these
fuck?
right here just keep going up, dude.
or it's like if I do this and I feel that the inside of my nose is tickling, then hey, those nose hairs are too long.
Yes.
I shouldn't go. I shouldn't rub my nose, ladies and gentlemen. At home is what I was doing.
And feel it on the top of
And,
your
yeah,
finger.
and like feel it tickle inside. It shouldn't be,
See, this is all I wanted.
oh, it's fucked
This
up.
is all I
I
wanted.
agree.
Yeah,
no,
too.
hair starts coming from weird places nowadays. Now, there's even throughout my youth and stuff. Every now and then there'd be a stray like earlobe hair.
Yeah.
And it's just the one hair that grows out a couple inches long for some reason, or an inch, whatever. It doesn't matter. But you pluck that and you're like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Dude, this is the weirdest one. It is one hair one time, but it was like growing from deep within my ear canal.
Oh my
That's
god.
wild.
Like I saw it as just a little black hair kind of poking out. And I'm like, oh, so I grabbed the tweezers and got it. I'm like, oh, ooh.
Just
And
feel it
well,
in
I
your
pulled- and I
brain.
felt- yeah, dude. And she was about this.
Oh my god.
And I'm like, what the hell is that, dude?
Ladies and gentlemen, he just showed about, 3 inches
I mean, yeah.
plus worth of...
That was an exaggeration.
Finger
It was
distance.
about this.
It's a
but it was
substantial
still-
ear hair, dude.
It was not. I thought it was just attached right
Right.
inside. That thing was in the canal.
You may
All
have
of a
a
sudden you're-
vestigial twin inside your ear. That might
Yeah.
be what.
That'd be
Have you ever
sweet,
pulled a
dude.
tooth out of there?
Yeah.
Whoa.
That's not normal.
no.
Okay.
You had a twin. Oh, we got another brother.
That's all I wanted to talk about is how weird it is turning into like a middle-aged man and all of a
God,
sudden
you get
sucks.
long
you
hair.
just have to like trim things
Yeah.
that
Pay attention
it's
to
like,
where
why
the random...
why am I trimming
My ear.
this?
Right, yeah. It's getting old's the fucking worst. I don't recommend it, but also like you kind of have to, or else you're dead.
Father Time's undefeated.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah. You know what I got for my wife for Christmas?
What'd you get?
A sauna.
Oh yeah, you were telling
A
me.
sauna.
Like an indoor sauna, like it's pretty nice. It's
Hold on. Say what you got for her again.
a sauna.
Santa. Okay. Not worth doing it.
But that, like, those things, dude, it's a big infrared sauna.
Yeah.
It really makes you feel good afterwards. Like, it makes your body feel good. It reduces your inflammation.
The Swedish love a sauna.
Oh, I
They're
bet.
all about them up there.
It's a 2-person, but it's not really.
Right.
I keep trying to tell her, just come sit on my lap.
Oh God. Oh God, buddy.
She keeps saying no.
Well, you might just slide right off the thing.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm like, come on, just
How does it?
come sit on my lap.
How do you get a sauna? Like, what do you mean? Like, what the?
Did you have to
fuck
build
is it?
this downstairs?
Like,
Assemble?
So I ordered it from the Home Depot.
Depot.
They delivered it in 2 boxes on a pallet, but it weighs like 300 pounds.
Oh, yeah.
So the guy, me and the guy, got it up into my garage that delivered it. He had a little skid
jack?
steer,
Oh.
pallet jack thing, whatever. Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, pallet jack, whatever.
He had a bobcat.
Yeah.
Did it have a motor? Did it have a steering wheel? That's the question. Did it have a steering
Had
wheel?
a steering handle.
Yeah.
Was he sitting at all?
No,
It's just a little pallet
pallet jack.
jack.
Yeah, and a little pallet jack.
Yeah.
And so we got it up into my garage, and then from there I took it down
Piece by piece.
piece by piece into the basement and built
Smart
it.
man. Hell yeah.
And it's awesome.
Yeah, fuck,
It's
I
got Bluetooth connectivity, so you just turn on some tunes and you just get in there. A little red light therapy goes on.
That's cool. What room in your basement specifically did you put it in?
Our laundry room is quite big.
Right on.
It's big enough to where that's where Amanda does her crafting stuff
yeah.
too. So there's room.
I'm gonna have to check that bitch out.
Next time you have a party,
This is weird.
Yeah.
Like, where the hell's Brad?
Don't be weird if I show up with a towel. You know what I mean? And then I excuse myself for, too long.
I'll show you guys next week if we record at my house.
Yeah,
I'll
let's
show
record
to
in
you.
it.
Let's record in the
Just
sauna.
in
the
there.
sauna.
In the possibly 2-person sauna.
I mean,
let's make it a 3-person
but
sauna,
you're going to
dude.
be dripping on each other.
That's
Hell
fine.
yeah.
Wouldn't be the first time, baby girl.
Hey!
Smoke weed every day.
That was so perfect. that was so like musically perfect. Yeah. All right. So we don't really have too many places to go now.
Oh,
Yeah.
we were going to talk about something, and then we really started screaming about grooming and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Really yelling
Oh,
at
the waiting room etiquette.
Yeah, a return to waiting room
Okay.
etiquette.
I'm fucking lightheaded after laughing so hard. That was cool.
funny, dude.
That was cool.
Funny. So we're in the waiting room, sitting there with Mom.
Shout out.
She goes back, and I'm chilling, and then the guy next to me, his phone rings, and he picks up the phone, and it's apparently one of his children who he does not have a great relationship with. While this guy's wife is back, and he's waiting for his wife to come out, and his son's name is Kevin. Yep. And he's like, I don't know, Kevin. I don't know, Kevin. What do you want me to do, Kevin?
Oh, God.
Leave the hospital? Well, I can't do that, Kevin. You're being an asshole. I mean, it just loud in the waiting room, and it's just I can't. I'm not going to do this right now. But meanwhile, he was doing this right now.
Right.
Right.
Continuously.
Yeah, he just wouldn't stop. Well, what do you? I mean, what do you want? Money? Is that what? It's like a whole thing. And it's like, how do people not have that kind of feel
Right.
to
Take that somewhere private.
I think it's a fuck everybody else mentality.
it's so weird to me.
It's the same person as the total dipshit that was driving you through the fucking light up the park thing. Fucking asshole.
Brevin.
Where it's
Brevin.
it's
Brevin D.
Brevin D?
not necessarily
To protect Brevin D, he said.
not necessarily self-centered, but completely unaware
Yeah.
of what's going on outside of your.
Yeah.
you
Like,
know?
how are you so blind to the fact that there are other people and you are severely inconveniencing them?
It's so weird to me.
Yeah.
I'll never understand.
Right.
Like, and I think about that kind of stuff, and I'm like, how did you get to be this age in life without dying of being stupid?
Right.
You just
Right. just some dumb shit that you did.
Just fall into a wood chipper or something stupid.
Yeah.
Just drove off a cliff because you couldn't figure out how to get.
It's almost a shame that nothing ever took you. I hope something takes you. Go ahead.
No, yours is funnier.
Okay.
We've gone past my point. I was gonna say something along the lines of, it surprises me that during this gentleman's young adult years, nobody smacked the shit out of him at a bar,
right,
or something like that.
They have. Who knows? Some people don't learn.
Sometimes you gotta smack the shit out of an adult.
Get taken.
So they fucking learn.
Yeah.
It was so weird, dude. I'm right next to him, and he's just battling.
Yeah. Well, you can eat some shit then, Kevin.
Yeah.
I'm trying to take care of your mother.
Yeah.
Kevin, something you know nothing about, Kevin.
It was nonstop, dude. And
Fuck
I wish
these people.
This happened a few weeks ago. I wish that we would have been able to get together sooner to do this because I would have remembered more words.
Right.
That he said to Kevin.
Mainly just Kevin.
But man, and he kept saying his name.
Was this Kevin McAllister's dad?
Because that dude's a mob boss. You don't want to fuck with him.
You don't want to mess with him. But Uncle Frank, real dick, dude.
I would fucking destroy Uncle Frank, I swear to God.
Yeah, I beat that old man.
Look what you did, you little jerk, and then uppercut.
I'd be like, in my home, you're going to take my son and do that?
Yeah.
I'm going to beat your old ass.
Beat the shit out of you, Uncle Frank.
Fuck.
Also,
you fucking piece of shit.
Why are you giving your kids soda right before bed in the first place?
Everybody drinking fucking
moron?
Pepsi.
Yeah.
It's bedtime.
By the way, I bought all these sodas. You know he bought all the sodas. Sorry.
Frank, you
Home Alone 2, they were so mean to Kevin.
Yeah.
And then he spits so much truth when he's talking to his mom about
he cuts a promo.
Yeah. A great promo.
Yeah.
A great one. It's Sunday. And he's like, this is the only smart person in the whole movie.
He really is.
9-year-old kid telling everybody that they all suck.
Him and the pigeon lady.
Yeah.
The only smart people.
Piers Morgan.
Yeah. Pierce
Pierce
Brosnan.
It was a run by fruiting.
Was it run by fruiting? Doesn't he call Buzz a psycho at some point? And he's like, and then you got Buzz being a psycho or some shit. It's like, he's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Buzz is an absolute sociopath.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. He sucks.
Why would he be doing the lights behind his ears during the choir event? Why? That's such a dick
Also,
move.
why is the whole audience laughing at that instead of being like, fucking, what a dick?
Yeah, somebody go slap the shit out of that kid.
Right.
Yeah, that's how I feel about it.
And then
the 90s.
Kevin turns around, punches him. Everybody falls down for some
dominoes,
reason. Yeah.
but not Kevin.
And then everyone's like, Kevin ruined the show. Fuck all these people, dude. I'm on Macaulay Culkin's side forever.
Same.
Yeah.
All right, fellas, let's
Well, hold on, let me pull up the shit.
Yeah,
and
pull
say
it up.
one more thing. Speaking of Macaulay Culkin and speaking of the Raw debut on Netflix, he was in the audience.
Yeah.
And when the
His
camera
brother,
panned
right?
to him, huge pop,
Huge
dude.
pop
The
for
place
Macaulay.
went fucking nuts for Macaulay Culkin.
crazy story about that.
Awesome.
All right, so you guys remember who he was sitting next to?
Topanga and
Nope.
No.
Bradley, you remember?
Was it his brother Kieran?
It was not.
Oh.
It was Seth Green.
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah.
So
They're
Braylon,
like homeboys.
Braylon and I are watching this show. We had no idea they were homeboys. We're watching this show, and the camera cuts to Seth Green, and Braylon goes, "Is that Macaulay Culkin?" And I go, "No, that's Seth Green." Mm-hmm. And then the camera pans one spot over,
and he's looking
Macaulay's
down at
head's
first.
down, and he lifts his head up, and it's Macaulay Culkin. And Braylon's like, "Oh my god!"
That's amazing.
Yeah, it was the most insane.
You're like, no, buddy, that's Seth Green. Oh, that's Macaulay Culkin.
Macaulay Culkin sitting right next to him at Raw. Of all of the people on the planet,
That's incredible.
Right. What sweet serendipity. That's the word I was looking for.
Serendipitous.
Nice
Great word,
poll,
my man.
dude. Nice
Great
poll.
word.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
Wow.
Gosh.
Guys, I'm going to touch myself to this moment later.
Oh.
It was very fulfilling for
man.
me.
oh, but have you groomed?
That was pretty.
Yeah. No, it's midwinter. I'm
So your little fat man is
That's old-
well surrounded.
Old Brad's got a bush? What the hell?
The heck?
there was the part with it was when they were okay. Back to Raw on Netflix, ladies and gentlemen, and celebrities.
Okay,
they were panning around to all the celebrities, and it showed Topanga from Boy Meets World.
Yep,
it also showed Eric from Boy Meets
next
World.
To her was one of the other guys from Boy Meets World.
His name was Eric on the show. His name is Will Friedle, I think is how you say it.
Not Shia LaBeouf.
Yeah, it wasn't Shia. They didn't say shit about him though. They're like,
they
look,
didn't
it's
say
Topanga.
shit about him, right?
They didn't even put his. They were sitting right next to each other. They didn't even put his name.
No.
They were just like, here's something.
They straight up snubbed him.
Yeah,
What's
whatever
her
her
name?
name is. Topanga.
Topanga.
Yeah,
and then
that's
it
what they
panned
called
to
her.
some
Yeah.
other celebrities, and it lists both of them, and that dude is still in the background of their shot too. And it's like, man, that sucks.
And he's under the impression that they're getting him too. So he's like, and it's like they don't know who the fuck you are, dude.
And I felt bad for that dude because you know that dude's face. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
It's like that. If they're showing Topanga's name, just give his too. Why the fuck isn't he getting credit? I feel bad about that.
The guys on the McAfee show called him out on that the next day.
I was going to say, that's the one blunder that I did not enjoy about that show is old boy didn't get a name tag.
And he felt like a real dick. He's like, you look at him. He's like, he looks exactly the same. Of course that's him. How did I not? And it's like,
it makes no sense. Anyway,
funny.
Shout outs Will Friedle? Friedle?
No, Friedle. Yeah, so we don't know you either.
I do.
Now.
You were one of my favorite parts of Boy Meets World. You were and probably are still very funny.
Great hair.
I enjoyed it, fellas.
Yeah, it's time.
I've been your one and only host, Bradley Bodine.
Yep. Sorry. No. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead, Eric. It's fine. You just steamroll anything else I can say.
Yeah, that's right,
buddy. I'm about to get real fucking mad again, guys.
Let's end on a positive note.
I was getting ready to say sorry for all the time off that we've taken. We hope we've missed everyone.
Absolutely.
Eric Pedigo,
it's good to be back.
Have such a warm and loving spirit residing within you.
Great face too. I don't know if I've ever told you that. You're hot.
I'm happy to have known you too.
Just don't touch my ham.
Don't touch his ham. He gets real mad about the ham, dude. When he's on a ham hunt, it's been a bad day. He's on a ham hunt.
It's derailed.
Well, ham hunt.
Ham hunt, dude.